Local, live, late breaking. WESH 2 News Sunrise on CW18 starts now.
Right now at 8 o'clock on Sunrise, the search for this missing 6-year-old from Lakeland. What we just learned from an alert issued a couple of hours ago.
Plus, 3 Florida police officers left to recover after confronting a man they say was running people down with his car. New details about the chase that ended in a shootout on a busy interstate.
Then several major topics are on the agenda today for a special session in our state capitol. The steps lawmakers could take to try and crack down on immigration. But first, it has been a cool start to the morning. Look at these temperatures right now. We're seeing 40s and 50s, which of course for us is still cold, but boy, is it a big difference from the frigid temperatures we felt this weekend when it dipped to the 20s and 30s. Feels like temperatures then even colder. Good morning, I'm Christina Watkins.
And I'm Sonica Donga. Yeah, compared to what we were seeing last week, it's downright balmy here in Central Florida. First warning meteorologist Cam Train is going to be talking us through this warm up and the patchy fog that we're getting through this morning.
Yeah, it's very, very patchy in nature, and almost all of it is off to our west. And so now that the sun is up, we are getting in some improvement, but still dealing with a little bit of fog out towards Wildwood and in Claremont out this morning. The rest of us in Central Florida really not dealing with too much of foggy issues. This morning, though, a crisp and refreshing start to the morning. But just to give you some perspective, these temperatures we're seeing right now, this was our high last week. So we're already in a good start this morning. 55 right now in Orlando, 46 in Leesburg. We're topping out right now in the mid 40s in the Villages. But later on today, we'll see highs in the low 70s for inland spots, while areas along the coast, upper 60s for your highs in lower 70s for areas along the coast along I-95. Satellite and radar showing quite a few clouds ahead. Thankfully, though, it is dry. So if you have any outdoor plans today, you're looking at great weather-wise. Looking at your next 12 hours, again, we'll see a high of 74 this afternoon in the city. Beautiful. Keeping it dry, but I'll show you when rain returns to the forecast coming up in about 15 minutes. But first, let's take a look at the roadways this morning with Megan.
Cam, everything nice and quiet right now. So heading out the door, there's no crashes to impact you this morning. This is a live look State Road 408 traveling near Crystal Lake Drive. Usually we see kind of a wall of traffic here westbound, but looking like traffic is moving great here, approaching Mills and heading towards that I-4 interchange. I-4, though, traffic is a little bit heavier than normal. This is a live look from our tower camera at WESH 2. This is at Lee Road. You can see especially westbound here traveling towards Fairbanks. It is a little slow moving just past Seminole County, so maybe use those express lanes. We'll check in with some I-4 travel times coming up in about 15 minutes.
Lawmakers are getting ready to come together in just a few hours in Tallahassee for a special session this morning, and there are several big topics up for discussion,
including a crackdown on illegal immigration. As WESH 2's Paula Tristan Arruda explains, lawmakers have filed several bills in the State House and Senate.
Another topic lawmakers plan to discuss has to do with condo reform. It comes as condo fees skyrocket. Regulations put in place after the 2021 deadly Surfside condo collapse put a financial strain on condo associations, and renters say that now falls back on them. WESH 2 will be at the special session in Tallahassee. Nancy Alvarez will have live reports from the state capitol on Florida's efforts to overhaul immigration.
Florida law enforcement officials are looking for this 6-year-old girl they say went missing yesterday. FDLE says Empress Moore was last seen on North New York Avenue near North Florida Avenue in Lakeland. She was wearing a puffy blue jacket, blue leggings, and pink sparkly boots. If you know where she could be, call Lakeland Police or 911.
2 people, including a suspect, are now dead, and 6 others, including 3 police officers, are hurt after what ended up being a wild case in Tampa.
Investigators say this all began about 8:30 last night before ending in a shootout right there on I-275. A live look at that roadway this morning shows traffic is moving, but it was closed for hours overnight, even as we began WESH 2 News Sunrise. Tampa police say the 47-year-old suspect hit 4 people with his car last night, the first following an argument at a Dollar General.
We have multiple crime scenes, multiple victims, injured officers, and a member of our community was taken from us by the actions of this dangerous suspect.
The Lady Lake Police Department at 8:06 this morning is expected to speak about an FBI fugitive arrested during a traffic stop. Investigators say Donald Fields was on the FBI's 10 most wanted list for child sex trafficking and child rape charges. They arrested him over the weekend. They say Fields will eventually appear in federal court. Lady Lake Police are scheduled to hold a news conference this afternoon at 2 o'clock. We will bring you any new information starting on WESH 2 News at 4.
A restaurant that has served people in Orange County for more than 5 decades is now closed indefinitely. The Waterfront Orlando restaurant caught on fire, and part of the building is severely damaged. Orange County Fire Rescue got the call around 5 yesterday morning. The owner, Ryan Davis, says he and his wife found out about it from our breaking coverage yesterday on Sunrise. Now he's raising money to help support his staff.
This is a staple of the community. It's been here since '72, so we have no choice but to rebuild it for the community. It's our livelihood, but it's also just it's an icon of the city of Edgewood.
The restaurant is a staple in Edgewood, right next to Lake Jenny Jewel on South Orange Avenue. Investigators are working to figure out how this fire started. People in Volusia County can learn more on how to spend disaster recovery funds to hurricane-proof their homes. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development approved the money after Hurricane Milton. And there are still 2 more meetings this week. One is today at Deltona Regional Library. Another is scheduled on Wednesday at Daytona Beach Regional Library. Both of these meetings start at 5 p.m.
Let's take you live now to Brevard County over Port Canaveral. Look at that view. You can tell it's one of the busiest cruise ports in the world, according to a new report. We've got 3 ships docked right now, at least from what we can see. AAA just put out its first cruise forecast, and they project 19 million people will set sail this year. That's up 4.5% from last year, and it's 34% more than what we saw during the peak before the pandemic in 2019. It's also the 3rd straight year of record cruise passengers.
Billionaire Elon Musk is spreading his political influence beyond America.
Yeah, he spoke at a rally for Germany's far-right party, why he says it's time for Germany to move on from the guilt of the Holocaust.
We now know the 2 teams heading to New Orleans for this year's Super Bowl. We're breaking down how the NFC and AFC games went down yesterday. Welcome back. We are closing in at 8:14, and boy, is the sun out here as we take a look towards downtown Orlando. We're waking up in the 50s this morning, and we are going to climb into the 70s today. Beautiful weather on tap with a lot of sun, and that's going to last for at least a few more days until rain is back in the mix. Meteorologist Cam Tran is going to walk us through it all as we begin a brand new work week. A new global push from Tesla CEO Elon Musk as he takes his politics beyond Washington. And as NBC's Vaughn Hilliard explains, a virtual appearance at a German campaign event is sparking criticism. Hundreds of manatees have been trying to stay warm at Blue Springs State Park in Volusia County. Yesterday, park officials counted 623 of the sea cows. This video from Chopper 2 last week shows manatees hanging out in the water. We were all doing what we could to stay warm last week, but as First Warning meteorologist Cam Tran joins us now, so happy that we are beginning to thaw out into some seasonal temperatures this week.
That's right. We were riding the roller coaster in terms of the temperatures. Last week, we were definitely on the bottom side. We're now going up in terms of those temperatures. So we are looking at a warming up trend as we go throughout the week. This week, showers are expected for this upcoming weekend. Here is a look at your 2 top weather headlines. We are looking at a warm up this week. Showers this week. I'll talk more about that in a second. Here's a look at temperatures as you wake up on this Monday morning. 55 in the city, beautiful 52 in Sanford. Good morning, DeLand. We're at 49 degrees and 45 right now in the Villages. This afternoon, we will see high temperatures climb into the low 70s. 71 the high in Lake Mary, 71 the high in Altamont Springs, 73 the high in Winter Park, and 74 later on today in the City Beautiful. We will see a high of 68 in Palm Coast, 70 the high in Daytona Beach. Our first warning radar not showing any rain in the forecast, so we're going to keep it that way through the rest of the day today. Here's a look around lunch and brunch time. We'll see mostly sunny skies, dry conditions. Then as we go into this afternoon, we'll start to see more high-level clouds streaming ahead, so a mix of sun and clouds through the latter half of the day. We're already seeing a mix of sun and clouds this morning. We'll get some breaks of sunshine by about midday and then staying dry through the day as well. So thankfully, if you have any outdoor plans, weather-wise, it is looking great. Comfortable conditions today and tomorrow, and then we start that warm up as we go into mid to late week. Temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 70s. But again, staying dry through Friday, rain chances not increasing until we get into the upcoming weekend. So tomorrow morning, temperatures will start off in the low 50s, pretty similar to what we dealt with this morning. Areas north and west in the upper 40s to highs tomorrow afternoon in the low 70s for inland spots, upper 60s to low 70s along the coast tomorrow. And then look at this, we gradually inch up those temperatures. 76 the high on Thursday, 79 the high on Friday, and then yes, on Saturday, we'll top out around 80 degrees. Now, we've been riding this roller coaster in terms of the temperatures up and down. Will we stay up now that we're seeing a warming trend? Taking a look at the long range models, it looks like indeed, yes, that's going to be the case. Here's a look at our long range forecast. So you can see all of Central Florida in the red, which indicates we are expecting above average temperatures as we head towards the end of January and into the first week of February. So yes, not saying winter's completely over, but at least we're getting a break from those chilly conditions and those dreary skies as well. Here's a look ahead at your Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast. Just beautiful weather this week. Hopefully you get outside to enjoy it. A couple rain showers this weekend. I'll talk more about the timing of the rain over the weekend coming up in the next half hour. But first, let's take a look at the roadways this morning with Megan Mackey.
Okay, I'm heading out the door. There is this new crash I'm keeping my eye on. It is along I-4. It's eastbound here right at John Young Parkway, just blocking off the left lane here at JYP. So you could always use those eastbound express lanes. Looking like this isn't having a major impact to traffic. Just some slowdowns there if you're traveling near John Young Parkway along the eastbound side of I-4. Also this morning, there's still that crash along the beach line. This is westbound near Dallas Boulevard. No longer causing any delays, just waiting for the last tow truck to clear that car involved in the crash. So off onto the left shoulder there. Those travel times not bad for a Monday. Nice, dry, quiet start weather-wise. So no weather impacts for your morning drive. I-4 eastbound from Champions Gate to downtown Orlando. Delays there pretty typical. We're at about an hour.
The matchup is set for Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. The Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs will face off February 9th after winning their conference championships yesterday. And fans flocked the streets in both cities after the wins. Porsche Penske Motorsport is holding its spot as Rolex 24 champions, winning the race at Daytona International Speedway for the second year in a row. Penske's two cars dominated the 24-hour endurance race, securing the first and third finishing spots. Sunday was Philippe Nasr's first overall win with the Porsche Penske Motorsport team.
Local, live, late breaking. This is a WESH 2 News update.
Good morning, I'm Sonica Downday. It is 8:26. Florida lawmakers are coming together today for a special session. A major topic on the agenda, how to deal with illegal immigration. Dozens of new bills have already been filed in both chambers. Other issues up for discussion include helping people with rising condo fees and making it more difficult for people to add amendments to the ballot. The special session is set to begin in about 2 hours at 10:30 this morning. And let's get you over to the roads for a check on traffic. Megan, good morning.
Good morning, Sonica. There's this crash right now along I-4. It's eastbound at John Young Parkway. It's blocking off the left lane here and that shoulder. So delays if you're heading out the door near John Young Parkway. It is only impacting that eastbound side, but you can see the stop and go traffic. So those express lanes, the best option heading towards downtown Orlando. Kim, how's the forecast looking so far for our Monday?
Not looking bad. A cool start this morning. We're at 55 in the city, beautiful 51 in DeLand, 45 in the villages. But later today, we will top out into the low 70s. Right now, we're seeing quite a few high-level clouds streaming ahead. So a mix of clouds and sun this morning. Peaks of sunshine this afternoon, but staying dry. We're going to see a high of 74 in the city, beautiful, and then mostly clear conditions overnight. Here's a look at your Central Florida certified most accurate forecast. A gradual warm up this week. We are going to see this dry stretch through Friday. A couple rain showers this upcoming weekend, but still pretty warm with highs on Saturday around 80 degrees, upper 70s for Sunday.
You're watching Central Florida's CW18. Bob Hart's Abishola and the Connors. Tonight starting at 11.
Local, live, late breaking. WESH 2 News Sunrise on CW18 starts now.
Thanks for staying with us on this Monday morning. It is 8:30. I'm Christina Watkins.
And I'm Sana Gadange. As you head out the door today, you may be grabbing that jacket, but you're not going to need it this afternoon, which is a significant improvement from last week. First Warning meteorologist Cam Tran is here timing out the warm-up.
That's right. These temperatures this morning, just to give you guys some perspective, were our highs for last week. So we're already on a better note this morning. A crisp and refreshing start at 55 in Orlando, 46 right now in Leesburg, 46 in the Villages. High temperatures later today will climb into the low 70s for inland spots, upper 60s to low 70s for areas along the coast. Now we're waking up to quite a bit of cloud cover this morning, at least though it is dry. As we take a look at our radar, we are expecting dry conditions through the rest of the day today. However, we are going to still see a mix of sun and clouds through about mid-morning, and then we'll get some more peaks of sunshine later this afternoon. Dry out for your back to work Monday. Not a bad start to the work week. Hopefully the roadways are actually cooperating as well. Let's take a look at your First Warning traffic this morning with Megan Mackey.
Yeah, Kim, for the most part, things are quiet for your morning drive, but there are some delays I'm monitoring along I-4. It's eastbound here at John Young Parkway. There is a crash here just ahead of this FDOT camera blocking off this left lane here. So backups approaching that area for about a mile or two. This is a live picture of that crash. This is from our chopper. You can see the first car involved being loaded onto that tow truck here, and it is again blocking that left lane. So those express lanes always an option if you are traveling east, heading towards downtown Orlando. I'll keep my eye on this crash. We'll check in with those travel times being impacted coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Megan, happening in just about 2 hours in our state capitol, lawmakers will meet for a special session to consider a number of items, including adding restrictions to the ballot initiative process. This comes after Governor Ron DeSantis led efforts to defeat ballot initiatives on abortion rights and recreational marijuana back in November. But the main topic during that special session is expected to be immigration enforcement. As WESH 2's Paula Tristan Aruda explains, it's all happening to try and fall in line with President Donald Trump's immigration plans.
A Florida man is being held on a $10,000 bond accused of threatening President Donald Trump on Facebook. 46-year-old Shannon Atkins was arrested by West Palm Beach police on Friday. He reportedly admitted to posting the threats when speaking to detectives.
A now former Miami-Dade deputy is accused of smuggling drugs by hiding them inside bags of candy. Investigators say they first got a tip about Francisco Mello. Before boarding a cruise, a canine sniffed those drugs disguised as Skittles. Detectives arrested Mello at the Royal Caribbean Terminal in Port Miami just as he was heading with his luggage to board the Allure of the Seas. Records show investigators suspect Mello was dealing for about a year. They caught him selling MDMA last year during an undercover operation at a South Florida club.
It's always painful to see that a brother officer or a sister officer gets arrested, especially for a crime such as this.
Mello spent the past 6 years as a deputy for Miami-Dade. They relieved him from this job after the arrest.
A reportedly speeding driver with no license is now behind bars in Polk County. Troopers say they could smell marijuana inside the car when it was pulled over and found drugs and 2 puppies inside during a search. Those dogs are now with Polk County Animal Control. The driver, Xavier Benitez, was taken into custody. A rare flower is drawing quite a big crowd with, how do we say, a unique smell?
It's a nice way to put it.
Okay.
How long people will have to wait to see the corpse flower again once the bloom collapses. Plus, new concerns this morning surrounding a rise in flu cases, why one doctor believes hospitals won't be able to keep up.
Then a middle school custodian being recognized as hero. His message for others after saving a choking student.
You're watching Central Florida's CW18.
It is 8:43. Good morning, Ocala. We are giving you a live look at downtown where things are chilly, but certainly nowhere close to what it felt like this weekend. Current temperatures right now are in the 40s if you are in Marion County. We'll check back in with First Warning meteorologist Cam Tran in just a few minutes on some good news. Guys, we are finally warming up. You don't want to miss her forecast. But first, we want to talk about a health alert this morning as flu cases here at home and around the country continue to rise. NBC's Marissa Parra talked to a doctor who says some hospitals may not be able to handle all the patients. Florida drivers, we are paying a little bit more at the gas pump this week. The average price per gallon jumped a couple of cents. 3 cents to be exact. Statewide, if you take a look here, you can see we're paying $3.22 for a gallon of regular gas. Specifically in Central Florida, drivers in Osceola County are paying the most at $3.26 a gallon. The lowest prices are in Sumter County. If you're driving through there, you'll see an average of $3.21. It is 8:46 on your Monday morning, and we are looking ahead to the warm-up we've all waited for as we bring in First Warning meteorologist Cam Tran. It is hard to believe the difference a week can make.
Oh my gosh, the weather is literally taking almost like a 360 turn, maybe 180. 360 means a circle, so you want to go back
we know what you mean.
we don't want to go back to where we were last week. Let's take a look at the 7-day. This is why I'm showing you the 7-day off the top, to show you, look at this. We've got a picture perfect work week. We've got sunshine, a gradual warm up this week, high temperatures climbing into the upper 70s by Friday. We are going to see a couple rain showers this weekend, but the timing on that, not quite concrete yet, but just heads up, we are looking at some rain this weekend. I'll talk more about that weekend rain in just a second. But live look outside right now, we are waking up to a cloudy start, temperatures in the low 50s, upper 40s for areas north and west. And our first warning radar is showing dry conditions out this morning. As we take a look at the next 12 hours, bright sunshine as we get into around lunchtime. We're waking up to cloudy skies this morning, but we'll see more sunshine later today. High of 74 this afternoon, and again, we are looking at dry conditions. Launch forecast, we do have a Falcon 9 launch scheduled for this afternoon at 3:22, and right now from a weather standpoint, it's actually looking great, a 95% chance that it will be a go. Come tomorrow morning, we'll start off in the low 50s, upper 40s for areas north and west as we go into tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures for tomorrow afternoon will be pretty similar to what we're expecting today, with a high of 74 in the City Beautiful, 73 in Leesburg, 73 in the Villages, and 68 tomorrow in Daytona Beach. Dry conditions, all thanks to high pressure in control, and with those dry skies, we'll also see a gradual warm up as this area high pressure starts to slide off to the east. As we go into Friday, we are talking about temperatures climbing into the upper 70s, and we're also watching for our next cold front that won't be arriving until this upcoming weekend, which is why I have a 30% chance of rain for both Saturday and Sunday. It's also going to be rather breezy as well, especially on Saturday. But before that rain arrives, we'll top out around 80 degrees in Orlando, 77 in the high on Sunday with more cloud cover. Now, the reason why we don't have the timing of this cold front quite concrete yet, it's because there's a huge difference in the model guidance. What I mean by that is, look at the left. The left-hand side of your screen has a European model. The right-hand side has a GFS. Now, European is a lot faster in bringing in that rain. It's going to bring the rain in, according to this model, by about midday on Saturday, while you can see the GFS is much, much slower. That cold front is still off to our north and west. European has us dry Sunday, but the GFS model has us wet on Sunday. So you can see they're complete opposites. So we got to watch the trends as we go into the upcoming days to see if we can fine tune the exact timing of the rain. I will say two things though. This rain is not going to be widespread, and we're not expecting thunderstorms with this. So that's good news. And it's not going to be a washout either. Here's a look ahead at your Central Florida certified most accurate forecast. Just beautiful sunshine over the next several days. A nice warm up as well. That is, I'm sure, very welcome news after that bitter cold the last several weeks. Megan.
Yeah, most definitely, Cam. I'm really looking forward to those warmer temperatures, and luckily looking forward to how dry the road is, at least for our work week. This is a live look here if you're traveling along I-4 eastbound at John Young Parkway. There was a crash here earlier blocking off the left lane. That has just cleared out this morning. So still some delays as traffic works to get back up to its normal pace in this area, but no need to hop in those express lanes traveling along I-4 east into downtown Orlando. Once you get past downtown, this is a live look in with their park at I-4. This is along this stretch at Lee Road. This is from our tower camera at WESH 2. No issues here, and looking like that westbound traffic not as heavy traveling towards Fairbanks. So improvement in those travel times this morning. Traffic starting to become quieter now that we are exiting those peak travel hours of the morning. I-4 eastbound from Champions Gate to downtown. Delays there are at 57 minutes.
All right, Megan, it is 8:50. Sumter County deputies want to warn you about a scam where people are pretending to be Xfinity representatives. Listen to this. They say in one of the cases, scammers spoofed Xfinity's real customer service number, and they called people asking for payments and Target gift cards. Xfinity says they will never do that. You can always verify by calling the company directly. 8:52 now back here in Central Florida. A huge congratulations to Hunters Creek Middle School student Maya Beltran for winning the Art in the Capitol contest. Congratulations. The painting we're showing right now on your screen will be displayed within the Florida's Capitol's second floor rotunda. It'll represent Orange County Public Schools along with other work from students in districts across the state. Well done and congratulations. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on CW18. Police 24/7 foiled again kicks off at 8. Then at 9, there's an interview with a whistleblower involved in a U.S. program studying alleged non-human intelligence aircraft on hunting UFOs. And then, of course, we're back with the news of the day for WESH 2 News at 10.
Local, live, late breaking. This is a WESH 2 News update.
Good Monday morning to you. I'm Christina Watkins. The time right now is 8:56. SpaceX is getting ready to send another batch of Starlink satellites into orbit this afternoon. The Falcon 9 rocket carrying the 21 satellites is set to blast off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station at 3:22. Backup opportunities are available until 6:21 tonight, so be sure to look up in the sky. Out the door to start a new work week. Let's bring in traffic expert Megan Mackey. Things look good.
Yeah, Christina, there were some delays here. I was keeping my eye on along I-4 eastbound to John Young Parkway because of a crash, but that crash has cleared out and all those lanes along I-4 are back open. So not seeing a need for those express lanes right now. Traffic heavier in downtown Orlando, particularly westbound here at Colonial Drive, but this is normal, especially heading into our work week. And Cam, also all eyes on that warm up ahead.
That's right. Waking up this morning already. We are waking up to a refreshing, cool start. 61 in the city, beautiful. 53 already in Leesburg. We're at 50 in Ocala this morning. Keep in mind, those temperatures were our highs last week, so we're already in the right direction in terms of that warm up. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, quite a few high level clouds streaming ahead right now, but we are starting off the day dry. We are going to see 12-hour forecast, plenty of sunshine as we go into about midday with a high of 74 this afternoon, and again, staying dry. That will be the case all the way through the end of the week. We're going to see quiet weather through Friday. No rain in the forecast up until TGIF. But this upcoming weekend, though, tracking a few showers with an approaching cold front, but still staying warm with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s.